So, you guys heading back to your boat?
Yeah. Do I still feel hungry? I still feel hungry, don't I?
Yeah, you can get food.
Let's go get more food. Let's go get actual sustenance for a bit.
Okay.
Then we'll get to the boat.
All the places near here, uh, very expensive restaurants.
We'll eat somewhere else, don't you worry.
All right.
Uh,
We'll sit in the boat.
you get to the boat. Boat's gone.
I see.
Who has the charm? You can't find the charm.
Oh,
Well, I guess that boat served its purpose.
You feel like crumbs where the charm used to be.
I think Wedward was the one who had the charm,
yeah, Bedward was.
which you probably wouldn't even feel the dust because all you have are knife hands. Well,
Wedward, if the bow was there, Wedward would at least try to pull out the charm again.
You do, and it's
And
it's like it looks like there's ash on your fingertips.
I just show it to Yolnir and Gills.
I look down and I say, Gills, this ocean is insanity. Is this common? Does anything like this make sense to you?
No. No.
Well, off to the forest then, I suppose.
Yeah. From where you guys are at right now, you're near like pretty much a intersection of bridges and whatnot to cross over to Pachine.
Okay.
Yolnir, you know, it really. I guess I'm not really sure how deep and behind the volcano you are. Man, I wish I had a PNG of the map. You're honestly not terribly far from where you live.
Okay. All right. I'll assume this boat did its job then.
Yeah.
All right. Let's head over. Do you want to see my place, Gills? It's a wonderful place. I've even got a room for you if you want it.
Sure, that sounds lovely.
I can teach you how to hunt. A thing or two about hunting.
Wedward's ears, you see him like kind of perk up when he hears hunting.
He could probably teach you a thing or two too. Hell.
I don't think I need to be worried about hunting for a little bit. And he just taps his pocket.
No supermarkets near the cabin, unfortunately.
What's a supermarket?
Oh,
I don't
know.
The clown car all over again.
a little something God told me. All right, we'll head to my place.
Okay, you guys go across this lovely bridge from Shuti to Priching. Looks like it was built at the expense of Casino Cape. Right on over to now a very different vibe. Very old-timey, very renaissance-y. There's horses that are like drawing people around. That looks like that's probably the best way of transportation to go on this highway. Other people just walk. But it's pretty well developed of this sort of style. Pretty much all along the coast of Prichine. Do you guys want to walk or take a carriage of some sort?
Would we have to rent this carriage?
Probably. You probably wouldn't be too much, though.
It's up to Gills then.
Let's rent the carriage.
All right.
Okay.
He'll be our treasurer.
You're able to get hitch a ride to a stopping point that will be fairly close to your cabin. In fact,
Do all of us get on this cart?
yeah, you can.
All right.
For how far you're going, it's about I'd say 5 gold coin.
Okay.
So someone mark that down, and you're on your way. I'd say it only takes about like half a day, and you still have a little bit of sunlight by the time you get to your destination.
Cool.
You start noticing that the houses are getting much less developed, and there's more space in between each of these like developed houses.
This
you're-
is normal, right?
Yeah, you're going along
Okay.
the river still. You're able to see League and just the farmlands across the river from where you're at. What you can over at the tree line that's going along the river on the side of League. But if you look on your right, it's just forest, dense forest, very rocky terrain, very mountainous. It seems like it only goes uphill to your right, whereas to your left is the river, the flat land.
Hey, Olner, is it normal to smell moonshine all the way out here?
It is.
Oh, there's not much else to do out here for some.
Are we still in the carriage, or are we walking at this point?
You're in the carriage. This
Okay.
is just me describing what you see
Yep,
on both sides.
I'm
It's
just
not-
making sure.
It's a open air carriage, so you're pretty much in a car. Until you finally get to what seems to be a very low income town. Made out a lot of like log cabins, and also other like rotted away cabins as well. But it seems like there's a fair amount of people living here. It seems like its own little community, pretty much as close to the like densest part of the woods as you can get before people stop. Yulnir, this is the where you usually do like your shopping if you need to get anything essentials. It's developed enough, but it's just not a big town. But it's
Yeah.
enough to.
It's got like a
support-
tool shop.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
basic shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one place has pretty much it all. Like your general store, but then
One
there's-
repairsman, one butcher.
It's called. Is it called the supermarket?
No,
Right?
no, it's
Okay.
not.
All right.
Yeah, that's the name of the store is the supermarket because it's a
Exactly,
market. But
that's what I was saying.
No,
It's
Oh,
a supermarket.
of course, it's called the supermarket. I told you. I told you. So this is it is a very familiar territory to you.
Okay. So when we get to like the edge of this town,
Mhm.
I'll hop off the cart and I'll just kind of gesture to Gills. I'll be like, "We're a couple hours out that way." Just through like, and you just look over and you see dense forest.
Dense forest with a pretty well-used trail going that way.
Okay.
Isn't that the way people die when they walk into the forest?
Oh, when you don't have a guy like me walking you there.
You got forearms, fine.
And I'll start walking him to my place.
You do. Everybody make a physique roll.
So as soon as we get into the more denser part of the forest, Wedward immediately kind of just dives into the brush, and it's just what he's used to. He's
Yeah.
used to stealth as he's walking, so it's that kind of thing, where you're walking your dog, and all of a sudden they pop up in the middle of a field, and they pop up somehow on the left side.
Mhm.
It's kind of Wedward. Like you'll see him like behind a tree walking forward, and then sometimes he'll be up on top of a tree like looking, and then next time you see him he'll be in kind of a brush. So it's just as soon as like we enter this foresty part, he takes off his cloak and he becomes almost what looks to be a lot more feral.
Yeah, this is very like the scenery, the vibe of this place, just this type of forest you're very used to, Wedward. I'd say this is one of the types of terrains that your pack used to hunt in
Yeah.
very frequently.
Yeah, and that's why he feels so comfortable. Like as soon as he's in it, cloak comes off because he
Yeah.
doesn't need to hide anymore that way. He can actually hide naturally now.
Yep.
Which is that's just instinct for him now.
Yeah. What was everyone's physique roll? Let's see. We got a 0
Got a
from
1.
Gills. Yulnir has a 4, and Wedward with a 1. Gills, this is a pretty brutal hike. Something that you're not used to. And Wedward, you're managing, but it's still like
It's still a lot for him. He's not used to moving this fast through this kind of brush.
It's been a while since you've been out and about.
He's also generally moves a lot slower through forest because, like I said,
Yeah.
stealthy ambush. So when we're in like a walking pace or like a kind of a fast moving pace, it takes some effort to like keep up while when he's
Yeah,
like
it-
wants to hide while he's doing it
It
all.
seems like Yolnir is in hike. Let's get there as fast as we can mode, and you guys are both not
Struggling
keeping
behind
up.
him.
Yeah, Gills is struggling, and Woodward, you're just simply slow.
He's that one friend that likes to go on hikes, and everyone else is the guys that don't go on hikes. So he's like,
I was
"Let's
like,
go."
God damn it!
He's
slow the
just
fuck down.
he's gone, and everyone's like, "Oh god, I can't breathe." Okay, slow down.
Yolnir, you notice that you're now quite a bit ways ahead of Gills, who is in the back panting.
I'll stop. I'll cross all four of my arms. I'll
Yep.
go. Oh, sorry. The air's a little thinner up here. You get used to it.
I think you do.
Here, you want me to? Here, I'll walk over to him. You okay with being manhandled?
Just do it.
Go play.
Get over
I'll
it.
just put you on my back and I'll just start walking.
Yep.
Oh, I like the challenge.
And you guys, after how many hours deep into this forest do you live, Yolnir?
2 years. 2 years.
2
hours.
years. You guys all finally get home, and you are changed. You have all changed. Just absolutely built. Your power is unending.
A 2-year time skip of us hiking.
You all had power develop in the form of just endurance and walking.
Incredible hiking powers. Every once in a while, I call out, "Wedward, you still there?"
And you'll just see him pop in from like a tree or a bush,
I'll just
or like a random shadow of a tree.
And after about a 2-hour hike, you finally start approaching. Oh, also the trail that was fairly used has only gotten less and less used the more you've gone up it. And it's also branched off into more like closer cabins that are like in the woods to like the market and all. But as far as you know, Yolnir, no one lives out as far as you do.
Cool. Glad to hear it.
And you finally get to your house, and you notice right away. Actually, who has notice?
I have 2 notice.
I have one.
Both of you roll for notice.
Just like my physique roll. Just a +1. We both got 2s.
Both of you got 2?
Yep.
Yep.
Let me think how I want to do this. You guys start approaching the house. I guess I should probably stop the ocean noise. Do I have something else? Do I have like a wind forest? Forest ambient?
Well, that'd be cute. That'd be neat.
Oh yeah, that was perfect.
Hell yeah.
You guys approach the cabin, and you notice that the front door is open.
I walk very quickly to the door.
Yeah. As you're getting closer, you also see like a wood pile you had been, building up for like fire and whatnot, is knocked over and the wood is scattered all over the place.
Okay.
You go in.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. You go inside, and what you see.
Can I ask to see the footprints before I go into the home? Maybe get an idea of what went in.
Sure.
Okay. Would that be notice?
I think that would be investigation. Is that a stat? Is that the
Investigate?
Right?
Investigate is a stat. Yeah.
All right. Investigate. Zero.
What does that get me?
Um.
Can I at least tell if it's a beast or a human, or big or small?
mm, You are you just at the front door investigating, or are you going through the house?
I'm like at the front door and I'm looking at the steps like leading up to the steps, if that
Okay.
makes sense. Like the footprints leading up to the steps.
I'll say out there, no, you can't tell from just.
What if I
outside.
use First Frontiersman my aspect and then get a +2 to that?
I will definitely allow that. It definitely
Okay.
seems like something bigger than a human
Okay.
went into your house.
I'll kind of give Wedward like a gesture, like we might be able to fight. I don't know what that gesture would be, but I'm sure we have one.
Wedward will conceal himself in a bush, just eyes trained on the doorway.
And I think Gills, do you kind of get the vibe that like this might be an issue?
I mean, if you don't tell Gills like what's going on, like because he hasn't noticed it, he just sees you guys like acting weird. Like, what's happening
Yeah,
here?
you can see if you just look at his face, you can tell there's like something potentially dangerous.
Well, Gills
and,
doesn't have his weapon, so he's kind of just
You notice the axe that's used for wood cutting on a stump.
Gills is happy. Gills is so happy.
Yeah, I'll point to that for
He's
Gills.
going for the axe. He's going
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then I'll just kind of open the door to my home further, and I'll start sneaking in.
Yeah. Would you like to roll stealth?
Sure. I don't expect to do well, but I
Do you
thought I
have
should do
stealth?
it. No, I don't. I don't have any stealth
nice.
at all. But it's my own home, and if there's a fight in here, I ruin my antiques. So 0.
Okay. You guys go stealthing in. Right away, you notice that one of your windows is smashed.
Okay. Is there like a rock there?
No.
Okay. Is the glass in or out?
Out.
Okay.
And you start going around, and it doesn't look like anything's really out of place.
Okay.
Woodward, you said you had a room in the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is
You're
practically empty. There's like some stuff in it, but it's actually not like I don't actually sleep in there. So there's like a bed. I assume like a bed and like a dresser. Right? Yeah, I have a hut in the tree next to his house.
Got you. Have you ever been in that room? Or like tried sleeping in it? The one that you
Wedward?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried it the first couple times when he offered the room to me, and Wedward went, nah, this isn't my vibe, and went and built his thing outside and went, I'll sleep here, but I don't like this inside weird thing.
So you do a sweep of the house, and you go into Wedward's room, and you see the bed is completely destroyed.
Oh. Gills, I'm sorry to say we no longer have a bed for you.
God damn it.
Can I tell if it was like claw marks that did this?
Definitely claw marks.
Can I tell if it's... I want to look at the footprints again outside. Do the footprints look like Wedward's footprints?
Yes.
I'll kind of gesture to it to Wedward, kind of point at the footprints.
Wedward will get out of his bush and walk up to Ylnir.
Okay. I don't know how you can communicate anything.
So you were outside, Wedward?
Yeah.
Roll a notice.
-1.
This one? Alright. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
So you go up
So
there.
y'all got a problem with the local jaguar population or something?
I don't know. I think it might be more of him.
Wedward, looking at these footsteps, would he know? I mean, I assume
Absolutely.
He would know.
Right away.
It is
just the scent alone.
Yeah. Okay. Wedward will get on all fours. You can see him kind of arch his back a little bit, kind of dig his fingers down into the ground, and he'll just say, "Kin," and start like looking around.
You guys are all inside, right?
No, we're outside.
We're outside looking
right?
at the footprints right now.
Okay. You hear a noise, like the crunching of leaves approaching from the forest.
I look ready to combat if need.
Are we trying to start something here? Or are we trying to not?
We're trying to see what this is. If it's one of him, I want to see if we can talk to it. But if it's anything else...
You can see the hair on Wedward's back kind of stand up. Like, just raise up slightly. Like, you can notice a raised area of fur on his back as he's kind of crouched ready.
And you're just all of you are just waiting for the same to come.
Yep.
Right. You wait there. The crunching gets closer, louder, and out from a bush pops a dog with a newspaper in his mouth.
Aw. Is this my news dog?
Yep. You recognize him.
Oh,
He comes-
I just
He comes trotting up to you, kind of
I'll
panting.
pat him on the head.
Take the
Take his newspaper. Good. Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy. You notice that this dog has like a bandage wrapped around its head, and it's like bloody on one side.
Good boy. Oh, what happened here, bud?
I just got into another fight.
Oh my God! Does the dog talk?
Yes.
News doc. How are you supposed to get the news if he doesn't tell you what's going on?
Am I used to that?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, who you fighting with now? What's his name?
You can name him.
Ricky.
I'll call him Chip.
Yeah, his name's Chip. Just some new delivery dick.
Oh man, don't give the new guys too much of a rough time. Would you start a fight with him?
No,
Call
it
him
was,
Such a
names?
rough time.
look, it wasn't my fault. He was trying to act like he owned the place. You know how many years
Oh,
I've been doing this?
You need to learn to be more hospitable.
Ah, fuck him.
All right, well, thanks for the delivery.
Yeah, of
Chip.
course. It's always a delight getting away from the office.
You be careful out there. In fact, you know what this is? I'll point to like the footsteps.
Mm. Oh, he takes a sniff. Nope, not a clue.
Wedward,
It reeks though, let me tell you that.
Wedward wants to go and sniff the wound on the dog's head.
You do.
Does it smell familiar at all?
No.
Okay.
Smells like blood.
Wedward, after many years of watching how he interacts with the pup, takes the back of his hand, where they're a lot less sharp, and will gently do it down the back of the dog.
Mm. Ooh, right there. Right there. Scratch right there. Ooh.
Wedward does not, because he knows he'll probably cut him by accident.
Say, Wedward, would you be willing to take a fate point right now?
Please don't eat this dog.
You will?
What are you compelling?
I am going to compel bestial instincts.
Please don't
No,
eat this dog.
I will deny it with a fate point.
Got you.
Thank God.
Edward has been around this dog for so long and has become attached to it as a friend. He would not want to.
Perfect. That's good. I guess I'll compel a beast finding his way because that makes more sense than that you would negate it with a fate point. Or no, yeah. All right. You don't scratch, and the dog Chip looks up at Woodward. Oh, all right. Well, I should be on my way back. It always takes so long getting here. And he starts trotting away.
Edward will wave.
I'll see what's in this newspaper.
Okay.
No more around to Yolnir. Like, what the what? What?
Well, you don't have talking dogs?
No, no. We don't have dogs.
So
Period.
is the entire we just don't have any dogs? Is the entire is the entire like news network just talking dogs, or is this a very, very unique dog?
This is a very unique dog.
Okay, cool. So the rest of them are just people. Did this dog get in a fight with a person?
You don't know.
That would be awesome.
You don't know.
Well, I would know that most of the newspapers are either dog or human, right? Are like most of them dogs, but only this one talks.
You know, some of them are dogs. For like the places in the woods, they send the dogs to do those because they're faster.
Oh man, that's. Did this dog get turned in? I have so many questions. I think we should just move on. I'll look at the newspaper.
Okay. You unfold it and just the front page, very big drawing of this person with like a coat looks like a wolf fur and some sort of skull for his head. And you see a big title saying "Mob instigated by King Crude." Do you read about it?
Of course.
Okay.
I'll read it out loud for the crew.
And the big titles turns into a sentence with "Mob instigated by King Crude, an infamous criminal with an organized crime ring under him." And then you kind of peer back at the drawing. Collaborators include Dingo, and it's an actual picture of a person who seems to be missing an arm, but with a big smile. Crockett, another picture, looks to be someone with like a pretty unique hat. I'm not even sure how to describe it. Maybe like a captain's hat. And the Crew Lee are speculating the South Myriad cartel may be involved due to an unregistered vehicle containing evidence linking to Johnny the Firecracker. Picture was found. Johnny the Firecracker, the picture of him, it looks like he's yelling at someone. And it pretty much just goes on to explain that this mob in Myriad, specifically in the city of Oculus, did instigate an organized riot in the streets of Oculus. And it goes on to list that policemen injured, some even dead, but then goes on to say that the police eventually got everything under control and whatnot. Yeah, it's pretty much as that information goes.
Okay.
Would you like to keep reading?
Of course.
Okay.
I'm trying to teach Wedward how to read.
In a smaller area, you see this entry says, "Heart removed from upper 5 after operation in Dante takes a bloody turn." You read that?
I read all of it. I read everything.
Five
While
people.
this is going on, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Sure. 5 people dead as a result of a dispute between a party of myriads put together by Hart and a few Danten civilians. 2 myriads and 3 Danten men were killed in this dispute. Digging into the conflict more has revealed questionable decisions brought about during Hart's occupation of a seat in the upper 5. The party recruited for the operation was selected from Myriad's Rehabilitation Center, which primarily takes in criminals and the mentally insane. The nation of Dante has demanded a seat in the upper 5 with the removal of Hart, to which the Iris government has agreed to. That it pretty much is that.
Okay.
There's other information here and there, like visit Chuti, the happiest place on the Iris. There's other propaganda like the Iris is a good place to be, like other places are scary, don't wander away from civilization.
And I roll like a contacts to figure out if I to see if I know like about Crude or Dingo or any of those guys.
Sure, go ahead and roll the contacts. Were you born in the slums of Oculus, or were you from somewhere else?
Yeah, I think I went with Oculus.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make that roll. Got a 1.
I hit a 1.
I'd say the person that really stood out the most to you was probably Johnny the Firecracker.
Okay.
You somewhat recognize that name of being associated with the South Myriad cartel. You know he's a person in a very prominent position of power within the cartel. That's probably as much as you...
All right. So pretty basic knowledge of him then.
I'd say those are the most interesting things from the paper you'll...
Okay. Well, just a bunch of drama. And I'll toss it wherever I toss my newspapers.
Ooh, another thing that is interesting. How involved in politics is
I wouldn't say he's super involved in like high-end politics.
okay. Then
He would still read it, but he probably wouldn't understand most of it.
all right, yeah, you pretty much got what you wanted out of the paper then,
Okay.
or what you would understand about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll throw it wherever I keep the rest of my newspapers. We want to go on a hunting trip?
All right, I'm hungry enough as it is. Fine.
Okay. Woodward, do you go with?
Yep.
Okay. You guys set out to do hunting. What's a good step to do? Navigation? Does anyone have a stat that they want to use to find game?
Like notice.
Notice?
So we can probably.
I'd
Finding tracks.
I'd say investigation, notice. Yeah, I'll do investigation and notice.
Can Wedward use deceive to try and mimic sounds of other creatures to lure them in?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll
That's
deceive.
perfect.
That's a one.
Oh, look
my
at those
goodness.
ones across the board. So
So Wedward kind of goes into a tree, and you kind of hear him start like, Wedward goes into the tree, and
Uh-huh.
anything else would have left the tree if Wedward went to it, but you start hearing like a couple different kind of bird noises, and just like random kind of forest creature noises, like little squeaks, little noises, and that's kind of what you assume is how he hunts. Is that's how he lures them in? Is he mimics their sounds?
Okay.
I also forgot to mention this one thing. As you guys were leaving for the hunting trip, Wedward, your little doghouse was destroyed. Sorry.
That's okay. Wedward will make another.
Sorry, should have mentioned that.
Yeah,
Do
sorry.
we actually want to? Do we want to see if we can track that thing, so it doesn't try to come back and fuck us up?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Let's do that.
Okay. Do you want to keep all our ones for that?
Yeah, I'll do that. So the combination of all of you guys being together, all of you noticing little bits and pieces, and Wedward making weird animal noises, eventually, you think you're getting closer.
Okay.
Everybody roll again.
Want me to try and navigate on that?
Except this time, no investigation, just notice and your deceive.
Hmm.
Ouch. Will a +2 do me any good? A 3 to a 5?
3, 2.
Basically, should I spend my fate point or should I save it?
It will definitely do something.
Okay, I want it then.
Okay.
First frontiersman.
Awesome. So, Gil's being very oblivious, and Wedward's mimicking of animals. You see that Gills is about to run into something that's like pounced behind a bush.
Go! Get the fuck out of there!
Oh, what? What? I'm just walking, dude.
You
What's the problem?
go ahead and use your first frontiersman to your liking. Since you
Okay,
rolled
can
a
I
five.
actually? I could also do better me than you.
You
If
don't.
I'm trying to defend him.
Are you asking for a compel?
Sure, I'll take it. So the notice was just to see the thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you'll give me a compel for better me than you to take a hit for him, then absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Because I could use fate points right now.
There is your fate point. You are no longer naked to
Yay!
other sorts of worse compels. And
Alright.
you pretty much pull Gills out of the way, and this thing goes to pounce.
Okay.
And what you see is a creature looking very similar to Wedward, but it has some defined horns on it.
Okay.
And go ahead and roll physique.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
All right.
Oof.
Go ahead and fill in your 2 box.
Okay.
And this thing
Oh.
gets a good bite into your shoulder
Okay.
of one of your forearms.
I want to call out to Wedward and just kind of gesture to it, like, "Can you talk to it?"
Wedward takes a look at this thing and can I tell it's been changed?
Yep.
Hmm. Does it know that Wedward is there?
Mm,
You want me to roll stealth?
roll stealth, yeah. You've only been calling out as an animal.
That is a 4.
I will counter roll yours. They will get a +1 to this.
Alright.
Okay, you win that.
Wedward will go in for an attack on it, but more to try and disable it than actually kill it.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Perfect. So for backstab, because it doesn't know where I am, I get to roll
Absolutely.
my stealth instead. So it's just that +4.
Then they will roll physique with no plus. There you go.
Ouch.
What would a fate point affect this at all? Or
Yes, it will. Affect it in what sort of way? Disable it or
Yeah.
do more damage?
to more incapacitated?
I would say a 6 would definitely give you. Yeah, I'll let you spend. What are you going to invoke for it?
So I'm gonna invoke bestial instincts, as I know that this thing is dangerous because I know it's done the same thing that I have.
Okay.
Like I know that this creature has mutated like I am, and if it's attacking unprovoked, it's either hungry or it's just evil, which means it's even more dangerous.
Mhm.
So my instincts are get it out as fast as possible, get rid of it, stop it from being able to do what it wants to do before it can either run or attack again.
All right, yeah, I'll. That works for me.
All right.
Explain how you stop him. Like just a way that would make enough sense that I would say, "Yep."
So the backs of my claws are not very sharp. It's
Yep.
a lot more dull, where the front is what really comes to their point.
Mhm.
So kind of what happens is I get behind this thing and I just kind of smash it like this between its head to try and just completely disorient it, because I know it's probably relying off sound a lot more than anything, because that's how Wedward works.
Yep.
So he kind of tries to discombobulate it basically by smacking it
Yeah.
and maybe using one of Wedward's legs to kick in one of its legs also. So it kind of smacks its face and then it loses enough of its balance where it falls down
Okay, yeah.
and kind of gets really disoriented from what's happening.
You show your fighting prowess. Or I should say your stealthy prowess of surprise attacks.
Yep.
And you do just that. And this thing is now on the floor.
As it falls, Wedward will say, "Dangerous."
I'll just kind of nod.
Say, Wedward. It's not called an invoke, but what's the word again when I want to use one of your guys' aspects?
Compel?
Yeah. I'm gonna compel taboo hunger.
I think
There's something about the rot of your own kind that just is absolutely compelling you to devour this.
I'm going to negate it
Okay.
for my last point. We're in the forest, which I cannibalized my own kind already.
Mhm.
I am not going to do it again in the same forest.
Okay.
It is too close to home to do this again. And Wedward knows that the more he does it, the less he's able to come back from it. So he will stave off the hunger for now.
Yeah. You pretty much forcibly close your own mouth.
And everyone can see this. I discombobulate. I kind of look at it, and you can see my mouth start to salivate slightly, and my jaw starts to open real wide.
Yeah. Something about
And I
this-
immediately like put my hands over my face to cover it, and I turn my back like, oh god, no. And I
something
try and just
about your
stop
own
looking at
kind being so in a state of just a very weakened
Vulnerability.
state. Yeah, and you had all the power right there.
Yep.
It just almost overcame you. But it
Mhm.
didn't.
so Woodward,
Mjolnir will,
he's breathing heavy, like he's actively breathing really heavy, trying to not look at it.
Yolnir does his best to just calm you down. He just puts his hands on your like shoulder.
This thing's still alive,
Oh.
by the way.
Yeah, as you put your hand on me, I will point back to him and be like, danger, danger.
So it's not like unconscious. It's just discombobulated for like a second or two.
Yeah, you pretty much all can do what you want right now. You all have a free turn.
Okay.
I will say that is
Um,
the use you're going to get out of fate point that you had.
Hmm.
You hear from the ground, "Where?"
Hmm. I don't like that. Is it in my voice?
Nope, someone else's.
Okay.
It sounded like there was almost a filter over a filter on that one.
Interesting. So maybe mimicking another mimic.
That is
So-
a good assumption.
Okay.
So since Woodward doesn't have his cloak on, you see that he does have rope on his belt because whenever he goes hunting, he takes rope to make traps.
Okay. Can I try? Oh my goodness. How do non-lethal takedowns work? Like if I roll fight and try to just punch him and knock him out, is that just gonna kill him? Or
Since Zach rolled to pretty much stun him, his fate point didn't go towards damage. You'll need
Uh-huh.
to at least get a 4 if you want to incapacitate this completely on
do
a
that.
fight. Which I'll let you just say you pull your blow.
I can do that.
Is that stacking? So let's say Wimple rolls a 2 and Gills rolls
what
a
a
2. Is that enough to knock it out?
Yes.
All right, then I'll add my fate point to it then.
Gills, you get a free action because of the fate point Zach
Yeah.
spent earlier.
Oh, cool then. Maybe the fate point is a good idea.
Yeah, if you do a fate point and I do a fate point, we can both. I have Beast of a Body. Can I use that?
Sure. And that will be
Punch it
enough.
with my. Bam!
Well, it will be enough with Gills as well. So,
Yeah.
yoink.
That's terrifying.
Look at
What
that.
What are you invoking, Gills?
She's.
You can.
I want to say sometimes violence pays, but I don't think that's the right one. That's more like an angry kind of thing. No,
you
he's
can
pretty,
always
he's
use
pretty
your.
fucking pissed at this.
You
He's
can,
pretty pissed
You
at
can
this.
use your coin to reroll. Keep that in mind.
Can you do that without an aspect to invoke?
Yeah, I'd say you could.
Oh, okay. I thought I had to get the aspect to reroll.
I'm not exactly sure, so I might change this later, but I don't exactly know right now, so I'll let you do it with that aspect.
I mean, it can be
Then I-
it can be
then I
done
gotta
from
pull then.
a spot of rage because it did try to attack you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would let your anger show right now. He does have one aspect that I didn't write down because I wasn't sure how he finally worded it, which is violent. Can you say it again?
Sometimes violence pays.
Yeah. Keep it right.
Hmm.
Okay. So you invoke that, and it is enough between the two of you to immobilize this thing and pretty much knock it out. Or do you want it to be fully knocked out?
Yes, please.
Okay, it
Yeah, I'm
is.
trying to knock this thing out.
Good job. What do you want to do with it now?
Tie it up.
Okay. And you do that. You now have acquired one beast.
One Wedward.
Yep, you
Oh.
you have one Wedward to your name, or two Wedwards to your name actually.
Wedwards actually.
2 Wedwards. All right, we'll drag him home, I guess.
So you're gonna teach me how to drain the blood out, or like what do we got here?
if it comes to that, I'm more interested in seeing what else it can say.
From here, from this spot, does Wedward know where his first act of cannibalism happened?
I'd say no,
Okay.
but you do know it's definitely somewhere near. What was it? Somewhere near Yulnir's house that it happened, right?
It
A
was
bit of a distance, but nearby, yeah.
Okay. Actually, I would say you do then.
Wedward will take off in that direction right now.
Okay.
I'll follow Wedward with the other Wedward in my arms.
All
Where
right.
the fuck are y'all going? What the hell?
I don't know, but he can't talk, so I'm gonna follow him.
The sun is setting now as well.
Okay.
Getting darker.
Just stay close to me. You'll be safe.
Getting darker by the minute. So you pretty much go to this like slight opening here, a small like cliffside that has like a cave going into it.
So
The cave isn't very deep. It's just a bit of a dent into this mountain.
Mhm. So you see when you come out of this clearing that there is, if you were to try and dig a hole with not the good part of a shovel but the side of a shovel,
Okay.
you'd find a hole that's kind of dug like that. So it's very like streak marks more than like nice dug up like sides.
Uh-huh.
Very like, you could probably tell it's really shallow. Like it doesn't look deep. It's kind of more of a mound than like actually a hole that was put back on. And when we're still breathing really heavily, really fast, comes up to this kind of what looks to be a really shabby kind of grave almost, and kind of just like stares at it and slowly calms his breathing back down.
I like look at Gills. He made that grave himself.
What's
There's
the
more-
grave for?
Well, the very thing that turned him into what he is now. Eating one of his own kind.
Hmm.
My guess is this thing's eaten at least one. I'd like to see if we can find more out of
So we're gonna interrogate the thing.
it. If we can. I'm just kind of going one step at a time, but I imagine this is the thing that broke into my house, so if it has answers, I'd like them.
Well, we best tie it down somewhere.
We start heading back to my cabin.
After once you guys like turn around, Wedward will take maybe a couple more minutes, kind of just fully trying to calm himself down, and then he'll turn around and follow back to the cabin.
Yeah, on my way back, I definitely would have put my hand on your back, just as a like, I'm here for you, man, kind of thing, as I left.
It was about 20 minutes to track down where that beast was, and it was about another 10 more out to get to this. So you have about a
Okay.
30-minute walk going back.
Okay.
Or I'd say a hike, because there's not really trail.
Yeah.
It might take a little bit longer.
Okay.
And so it's just getting darker and darker. You're assuming you're about, say, 10 minutes from the cabin now. Everybody roll a notice.
Oh,
Good, all right.
Oh my,
Cool.
Yulnir.
Heck yeah.
Uh,
Yulnir knows these
I
ones
am
like the
the
back of his
first
hand.
That's true. There's a leaf out of place.
We moved from last time we were here.
Yulnir, you see something big in the shadows.
Okay.
And
What's it like? Is it furry?
You
it
only notice
humanoid?
it because of the moonlight that was shining on the what looked like the tip of its head. Maybe.
Is it
Almost-
as big as the usual creatures that are around here, or is this fucking huge foreigner kind of thing?
Looks to be at least 12 foot.
Okay. How big are the average things in my jungle?
No, usually I'd say
Not this.
max like 9 foot. And-
Not this big. Okay, so this is something new. Okay.
Yeah, this thing is like touching like the actual like leaves of these very tall. I'd say they're
Okay.
somewhat like redwood trees.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I would imagine. Do I see it like in front of me, or like to the side, or where is it in relationship to me? Can
To
I
the
see
side,
it?
it looked like it was almost like hiding behind a tree, but it looked like just the moonlight had sort of revealed
Okay.
a snout silhouette and what looks
So
to
I
be
can,
some
so
sort
I
of
can put
horn.
together. I can put together this thing's like still hiding behind the tree. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll set the other beast down, and I'll just stare at that tree,
Okay.
and I'll say, "Gil, stay behind me."
What's going on here?
I'll put all my hands up. There's a bigger one.
Grabs the axe.
This thing like kind of peeks out and sees you all like facing towards its direction, and the leaves of this tree just start rattling, and you see this thing scale up top the tree.
One word.
Is that a
Does
good
Wed-
sign? Is
Does
that a bad
Wedward
sign?
recognize
What's
the
happening?
scent at all?
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
In the
I guess
moonlight,
what-
you see this thing jumping from tree to tree. All
Is it
around
coming
you.
Oh my
toward or
God.
away?
It's circling you guys.
Oh, that's no good.
Wedward kind of stands his ground and he kind of walks up, gets on all fours, so claw hands into the floor, arches his back. You can see that fur rise up again, kind of in the middle of you guys.
Mhm.
And he kind of starts making this croaking noise, almost a little bit like a frog. This is more of a way to communicate for Wedward species.
Mhm.
And he's looking to see if this thing will give him a reply.
What are you trying to say? I'd say simple, like. Yeah, just what are you trying to get across?
I would say not pray.
What are you saying that in relation to? Yourselves?
Like us, like this group that I'm around. That's why I stood in the middle of the Yulnir and Gills. I am referring to this group of not prey.
You hear one in talk like a human says, you. And then another one goes, ah!
Like a third one.
Yeah, a different one from another
Yeah.
direction.
Wedward says, "Danger."
To me or to it?
All of us, everyone that I'm around.
I want to
Oh, no
let out
shit,
my.
buddy.
I want to let out my biggest battle cry, and I want to try intimidating these things.
Sure. You do
What
that.
would that be?
I'd say you just do that.
Okay.
Now take a notice roll.
Okay.
Gills, you too.
Not
Ledward,
too bad.
you too.
Got it. Notice. Ah!
Got one. One. Or that was your roll for right now, Gills, right?
Yeah.
Then.
Yolnir rolled a 2. He was the
got
first
you,
one to
got
roll.
you. Would you like to take a
Yeah.
fate point, Yolnir?
No one can deny anything right now, so
Yeah, I don't have a choice.
Yeah, I guess so.
What do you want from me, Coach?
Better me than you. You see something is about to pounce on Gills,
Yep. I'll take it.
and you take it. You also notice something is coming to pounce on Wedward, but you're simply too far.
I have 4 arms. Does that help?
No, it doesn't.
Damn it.
Go ahead and roll physique. Nice.
Woo!
Good tie.
Nice, right?
Good tie. They're getting +4s to this encounter.
Okay.
Or for that attack,
Yeah.
I should say. Wedward, you rolled a 1, right?
yes.
They're getting a +4 to this as well. It was originally supposed to be against your notice, but I suppose I actually helped Yolnir a little bit. So that is a 6
Well-
versus your 1.
Yes, that is.
Something absolutely tears into the back of your neck. That's your 6, your severe consequence.
Yes, it is.
You know what it just did right now is your exact same like fighting style that you're used to.
Yep.
It's stealthed up and just went in for its like all in hit.
Yep.
Write whatever severe consequence you think is fitting for something like that.
I have no clue.
Gash in neck.
Tattered neck.
Okay. I'll go tattered neck. I like that.
Okay. Gills. They didn't hit you.
All right.
Also, I'll just say, in turn of your, would you guys like to roll initiative now, as well, or would you want to go?
Sure.
Yeah.
What's the other option?
We go in the turn order of your notice, with the beast going last.
I would love to go first.
I'll let
Let's
the
do
players
those.
decide.
Oh, yeah, I'm good with that one because that's a
Okay.
2-1-1. So we'll all get the act before them.
Okay. So I want to somehow gesture like I want to basically see if I can hold this thing hostage, the one that we have tied up.
Mhm.
And I want to like somehow communicate to them that like if you fuck up Wedward, we're going to kill this one. And I want to see if there's any kind of reaction.
Like,
Like I basically Yolnir's trying to see if they're worried about their kin and if they can make deals.
okay. How do you display that again?
I'll hold up the mimic and like kind of put my hands around its head as if I'm gonna snap its neck.
Okay.
I've got like 2 arms holding its arms and the other arms, so it's like completely grappled.
Mhm.
And I want to see if I can yell at Wedward and just tell him like, "Wedward, 1 for 1," because I feel like Wedward would at least understand what I'm trying to say, and I want to see if Wedward can communicate that.
So you're trying to get a response out of Wedward right now, or
Basically, yeah, I want to see if Wedward.
He's telling me to tell them
okay?
that if they fuck us up, we're gonna kill this one.
Yeah. Like basically, especially Wedward, because I just saw what they did to Wedward. So I'm saying like, if you hurt Wedward anymore, this one dies. And I want to see if they have that kind of cognition to recognize, okay, let's like call a deal here. But the only way to communicate that would be through Wedward, and Wedward understands what I say, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay. You try that.
Do we want Wedward to go next and see if he says anything, or does Wedward look at me and be like, "That's not gonna fucking happen, bro"?
Wedward doesn't know right now. Wedward just knows we're in a very bad spot.
Okay.
So,
Wedward.
Would Wedward understand what I say? Like if I said that?
he would understand that you holding him up, you're threatening to kill him. The other beast. He's at least gotten that, which is probably
Wedward,
close enough to what he can
your
say.
bestial instincts make you dive into the dark.
Oh,
Well, shit.
is it out of fear or is it out of fight?
Out of fight instincts. You know you need to get into cover, and you pretty much dip into the darkness.
All right.
Before Yulnir's plan can come to fruition.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I see him bolt, and let's see here. I want to put the beast down, put my hands up in like a "we're not trying to hurt you" kind of way, and just start booking it.
You put the beast down.
Yeah.
You hear one say, "Kin."
I step back. I won't even bolt. If he says "kin,"
Mhm.
I'll put my hands up and I say "kin," and I like point to myself.
Weak.
I put my hands up. Sure.
It looks like the beast that was, because you have the beast that you have tied up. Then there's the one that attacked you, and then there's the one that attacked Wedward. The one that attacked Wedward also bolted after him.
Okay.
And
What one said weak to me? Was it the big one?
it's the one that
12
hasn't
foot tall.
revealed itself yet. Yeah.
Good. I say, are you sure?
You see the tree shake in front of you, and this monstrous creature. It looks like Wedward took steroids. Very, not bony. I'd say very toned with muscle. Still not like bulking, of course, because that's not really the anatomy of those creatures. With very pronounced horns. Think a Wendigo.
Okay. Have I fought bigger?
No.
Shit.
And it's standing 12 foot tall in front of you.
So this is another one. So this is
This is the
three.
Yeah, this is 3 hostile ones. And then you have
The
the
one
one
tied
that's
up, the
tied
one
up.
that chased.
So there's 4
Yeah.
total.
Okay, just making sure.
Sorry, 4 total. The one tied up, the one chasing Wedward, the 12-foot tall one, and what was the 4th?
The one that attacked you.
Okay.
So you have this one in front of you, one behind you, and one tied up next to you.
I'll point to the one that I tied up. Weak.
What do you... it says weak.
Hmm.
Weak. In.
I'll point to myself. Weak kin?
It looks at the weak kin. Looks at you. Crouches down. You?
I'll just shake my head yes.
Strong.
I'm very clearly flattered by this.
Wow.
I point to like where Wedward went. Kin. Me.
Human.
Mostly. Look at my arms.
Eat.
Why?
Kill.
Why?
You say why, and it stands
Yeah.
up again and looks around. Home. Small. Dwindle. You. Points at you.
Hmm.
He points at himself.
Yeah.
Kill. Points at you. Human. And kind of gestures to around him. Home.
Kin. And I'll point to like wherever the city is. Oh god, I'm gonna fuck things up. I point to wherever the city is. Different kin.
Hmm. In a different voice, it says, "They're not mine." It sounded like a teenager's voice coming from this 12-foot tall behemoth.
Oh god, this motherfucker's eating teenagers. Hmm. Talk. Different kin. No kill. Different kin leave. No promises.
Hmm. It looks at the one that's tied up. We can leave.
Kin. And I'm like pointing at Wedward like I need him back. Kin.
It starts to sniff the air. Wedward, go ahead and roll whatever you would do to attack this other thing, because this thing's still pouncing on you in the dark, and you guys aren't really near what's happening here. So I kind of want to shot put through your combat versus this thing.
Use the restroom.
Okay.
Right now, Woodward's goal is to get out of its line of sight. So, however he thinks he can duck around a tree or
You can
get out of this, I just want to break line of sight to try and get into stealth. Basically, you know what I mean? I want to try and break line of sight and hide somewhere so that I now have the element.
That'll be rolling stealth, or don't you have a skill that lets you do that for free with a fate point?
I do, but I don't know if I want to spend my fate point.
So you can try to do it, and then if it doesn't work, you can roll. You could use your fate point.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll try and Wedrule will kind of start to zigzag. So
Yep.
Wedrule at this point, because he's in fight or flight mode, basically,
Yep.
is on all fours and is just, as like bushes and trees are passing him by as he's going, he's finding the best way that he can break line of sight and then get to a hidden spot to then get the jump on this one.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you the layup now. All right, you pass. Go ahead and make another stealth check. I mean, because I'm guessing you want to attack this thing, right?
Yeah, so basically the kind of plan is to like hang behind a rock or a tree, let it run past to look for me, and then swing around and hit it in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go ahead and make your attack roll. Beautiful. This thing has 7 health. Would you like to use a fate point?
I do, but I feel like I'm just going to instantly eat it.
Man, how'd you know?
Gosh. No, I'm not going to use a fate point.
Okay. Then this thing is going to attack you. With
All right.
a +2 to that.
Okay.
So that's versus your. What do you want to use to counter? I would say the default would be athletics to dodge
Mm-hmm.
mid combat.
Initiative is only acting in a quick circumstance, correct?
Yes. So
So I couldn't defend with it.
I would say that'd be a skill.
Okay,
If you wanted to defend with it,
gotcha. Okay,
which is actually something I want to cover with you guys a little bit later. Is just really defining what we can argue for, like in the moment, and then what needs to be used for skills.
Mhm.
Alright.
That way, we just have more set in stone things, and less stats can do everything.
Alrighty.
So go ahead, roll your athletics.
yeah, I'll try. I'll try.
This is Versa 2. Nice.
Yes, one word.
All right,
Alright.
you dodge. What is your next move?
I'm attacking him back.
Roll a fight.
Yep.
This is gonna be.
Oh.
You have to overcome a 1.
I got a 3.
Perfect. You deal 2 more damage.
Which
You
is the
did
next
it.
2 I need.
Yep, that's the 2 you need. And this thing goes down. Very quickly.
So I still don't want to kill this one.
Yep.
I guess as I'm fighting this thing, do I notice if it has mutated?
Yes, this one has as well.
It's really sad. Wedward would do the same kind of concept. So since the back, whenever he's doing non-lethal stuff, it's always the back of his claws.
Okay.
So he makes whatever kind of fist that he can as his blades come down, and will just try and. So he slashes this thing back. It turns and misses a jab, and then Wedward just punches it in the face.
Yeah. I think I am gonna compel Taboo Hunger again though. So if you
All right.
don't want to eat it, hand me that fate point. I planned to do it all along. It was a good catch, and I'm glad you were able not to do that yet again. It's been a while since you've seen your own kind, and how could I not?
Oh yeah, I know. As soon as I had that one point, I was like, "This is my safety net. I can't."
Yep. Good job on risking it.
So yeah, Wedward will punch this thing in the face to kind of just knock it out.
Yep.
And it will then grab it and start dragging it back to where everyone else was. Well, one hand holding it, one hand on his neck because it's still pretty messed up.
Yep.
Bringing him back to the whatever he thinks is happening in the fight.
Yeah. So basically, after all that talking, Yulnir, Wedward comes back shortly after, dragging this thing that is clearly still alive. It doesn't look like it has any fatal marks on it. The only thing, what sort of for your 5 hit, Wedward, what did you do to it? You like gash it real good?
Yeah, there's a gash on its back.
Okay.
Because, like I said, the goal was like swing around a tree and hit it in the back, so you could see like a 5 claw mark down its back.
So noticeable blood coming from its back, but it seems to be still alive.
Am I still in dialogue with this
Yeah,
beast?
pretty much where your dialogue left off.
Okay.
That's when Wedward came in.
Okay, so when Wedward comes in, I look really happy when I see Wedward alive
So,
and okay.
You see his face, and you can see that. You can see he's kind of holding his neck, but he's also trying to like have like his thumb over his mouth, and you can see the salivation still on his face that looks new.
Dude,
So
you are like
You can see
jittering.
the struggle that happened again.
It's like
Yeah.
when you have dog treats in front of the
Yep.
dog and they start shaking because they just
Yeah.
they just can't not eat.
Yeah.
I'll look to the big beast and I like gesture to Wedward, myself, and Gills. No war. We kin?
He points to you and then Wedward and says, "Not kin," and then points to him and Wedward. My kin.
I'll look at Wedward. I'll see what he has to say.
Judging by their actions, do I think this might be a little far fetched? I'm just kind of curious if Wedward could kind of comprehend this.
Mm-hmm.
Would Wedward think that, like, if they could have downed him, that they would have eaten him?
You think so?
Like, it looks that like they look that bad kind of an idea?
Um, it seems like the really big one has more control, whereas the smaller ones definitely you aren't sure. You think
Alright.
if the smaller ones got you, one of the ones that you
Yep.
got, they definitely would have gone for the kill.
So when we're like coming out, sees the talk going on, like, oh Jesus Christ! All right.
You've never seen anything like this giant one, but
Yeah. What?
if the
When
height
we're
wasn't
po-
enough to scare you, the fact that it's more than just tall, lanky, and actually has
Yeah.
some muscle packed on, that's the scary part.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's eaten a few. Wedward will point at Yulnir, like looking at the big beast. He'll point at Yulnir and kind of he'll let the one behind him go
Mm-hmm.
and kind of gesture to like extra arms,
Yeah.
and he'll go
watching
say,
you.
"Kin."
It kind of raises its arm and like scratches its head a little bit.
Gills.
Yeah. Gills doesn't know what's going on. Like
Gills is
Do-
chilling right now.
Do we know if there's anything not ordinary about you? Like, if you have gills or something like that, or anything that's not like a normal person, have we seen it?
It's only the first session when I was down for a little longer, but otherwise I've been trying to hide that.
Okay. Wedward will point to Yulnir and Gills and just say, normal, and just shake his head no.
Ah. And he goes, okay. The really big one bends down and goes to pick up the really weak one that you had tied up.
I just shake my head at Yulnir, like, if you look at me for questioning, just like,
Yeah, just let him. I let him. I'm not. Wait, is
I'm
he
just-
trying to eat him or is he trying to like save him?
he's grabbing him.
He's
Okay.
grabbing him.
But I can't tell if he's like gonna eat the motherfucker.
How would you?
Shit, I'll take a step back. He said kin. He did also say weak kin. We'll see how this plays out.
All right. He grabs him.
Okay.
He lifts him up and bashes him into a tree. And you hear just all the
Oh.
bones in the thing break. And it looks up and opens its massive wolf mouth and just eats this thing. After some grotesque chewing, crouches down again and says, weak, and then pats his belly.
Shit.
Does he look satisfied, like happy, satisfied?
Doesn't look like he has any hostile intention anymore.
I'm wondering, did he enjoy the experience of cannibalism?
It doesn't look like it.
Interesting.
Wedward will say, sad.
Sad. Weak, die. Kin,
Can the
live. Strong.
mimics communicate like beyond just the one word stuff? Like, do you have your own language that you can communicate in?
I know, but it's still like you basically form families,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of like humans in different areas where it's
Okay.
they might
So
all
have
have
their
the
own-
same language, but it's different, like
I
almost
see.
dialects.
Okay.
So if you're not
Interesting.
someone that's family or family adjacent, it's fairly hard to communicate. And sometimes you don't know until you start talking to them and you realize they didn't hear anything. So
Okay.
generally it's easier if you meet someone that you're unsure of just to speak in whatever you think they can understand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wedward, what you've gotten out of this conversation, just understanding your kin's background and just your kind in general, is that
Mhm.
it seems like he's putting the weak to better use this. That's the way he's thinking of it.
Yeah. I okay, I kind of see that.
And he points at
Um,
you, Wedward.
Mhm.
Strong. After he points to the one that you subdued.
Wedward will point at the one behind him that it's knocked out and says, "Not weak, not strong, kin."
Hmm.
Because like Wedward knows he got a great hit. He literally went in
Yeah.
for the neck and bit him. Like Wedward gives all props that this guy was good. He's just not as seasoned as Wedward is. Getting back out, like breaking line of sight and doing a spin move on him is something Wedward's learned from being on his own for so long. So he's realized like this guy is good at hunting. He just isn't experienced.
He points at the one that you downed.
Mhm.
Strong. Points at Yulnir. Stronger. Points at you, Edward. Strongest.
Ah.
And then points at Gills. Human.
It's not wrong.
Wedward will point at Gales. Kin.
Okay.
I'd like to know where he got that okay from.
Maybe. This thing starts to walk over you, Yulnir. Like take a big step over you.
Okay. I'll let him.
And he goes to grab the one that you downed, Wedward.
Wedward will move out of his way.
Grabs him. Pretty much
Ah.
props him up on his shoulder. And continues walking.
Okay, cool.
Do I know where Yulnir's home is from like this spot?
Yeah.
Generally.
Opposite direction. That's where they're walking.
Yeah, so I'll just say, I'll point to myself, kin, home, and I'll point that direction of Yulnir's house.
He kind of turns back. Okay. And the one that was behind you, Yulnir, has started following this big.
Cool.
Edward will end it with, good hunting.
Yeah!
Was that to us or to them?
To them.
Oh, okay.
Edward will weakly walk back to Gills and Yulnir.
Good job.
I look
Neck
at
still
Gills.
bleeding.
Oh God, are you? Oh God.
Yeah, he has a severe consequence right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before I notice that, I think I look at Gills with just the biggest smile, and I say, "More to him."
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we head back to home.
You do.
As we're walking, Wedward will just say, sad. No food.
Do we want to keep hunting and try to find some food for us?
He's referring to his kind, saying like it's sad that they don't have food.
Oh, okay. I see.
Wedward knows why they're cannibalizing.
Yeah, I feel like Yulnir would he would get that. He'd pick up on
Yeah.
that.
Wedward knows why they're cannibalizing. It's because they're out of food.
Yeah. Oh.
Strong eat, weak,
Okay.
less mouth.
Hmm.
Better for kin.
Stronger.
Stronger. Dangerous.
Too much human?
Dangerous. Too much kin.
And you guys, was there more you had to say there?
Mm-mm.
And you guys make it back to the cabin.
Like, Wenward will go to his torn down little hut.
It's so sad.
And he'll just kind of prop some stuff around to make some kind of just like he knows there's going to be no roof, so he kind of just puts stuff like pushes it around to make a what looks to kind of just be walls at this point,
The kennel.
and kind of just curls in.
Aw.
Very sad.